hello. My name is Srivani. So today I'm gonna do Wireshark Lab HTTP version 8.0. So there are 5 parts in this lab. So we go with one by one. The first part of this lab is the basic HTTP GET or response interactions. So this is Wireshark. We wait a minute until it can finish all the things. So I already clear my browsing cache. So I just start capture and then run the link they provide. So it takes some time. So this is the web page and I just stop the Wireshark and then filter HTTP files only. Alright, so now we go to the questions. So first they ask about the version. So both my my browser and also the server runs version 1.1. And then the language, they ask about the language. So where we can see here. Alright, the accept language is English US, English. And then the third question asking about the IP address. So my IP address is 192.168.43.111. However, the server's IP address is 128.119.245 and 12. Alright. So for the fourth question, they ask about the status code. The status code written from the server is 200. And then when was the HTML file that you are retrieving last modified of the server? So they're asking about the last modified. So we can see here. So the last modified is February 4th, December 2020. So the how many bytes of content are being written to your browser? So the content length is 128 bytes. By inspecting the raw data in the packet content window, do you see any header within the data that are not displayed in the packet listing window? If so, name one. So I do not see any different headings between the two windows. So yeah, we successfully finished the first part. So now we move to the second part. So now we move to the second part, which is the HTTP conditional GET or response interactions. So I just start capture. So I already clear my browser's cache. Now I go to the link, open the link. And then I refresh it again. Alright. So now I just stop capturing and then filter HTTP files. Alright. So now we go to the questions. Inspect the content of the first HTTP GET request from your browser to the server. Do you see an if modified since line in the HTTP GET? So as we can see for the first GET 5, there is no if modified since line in the GET message. So just move to the second question. Inspect the content of the server response. Did the server explicitly return the content of the file? How can you tell? So the server did explicitly return the content of the data. So Wireshark includes a section titled line-based text data, which shows what the server sent back to my browser, which is so we can see here, which is show what the server sent back to my browser, which is specially what the website show when I brought it up on my browser. So we move to the second question. The next question. Now inspect the content of the second HTTP GET request from your browser to the server. Do you see an if modified since line in the HTTP GET? If so, what information follows the if modified since header? So, as we can see here, for the second HTTP message, there is if modified since Friday 4th December 2020. So the information that follow is the data and time that I last accessed the web page. So we move to the 11th question. What is the HTTP status code and the preps written from the server in response to the second HTTP GET? Did the server explicitly return the contents of the file? Explain. So the answer is the status code is 304, not modified. So what the server did is the server did not return the contents of the file because the browser simply retrieved the content from its cache. So yeah, we successfully done second part. So now we move to the third part, which is retrieving long documents. So I capture start Wireshark and then open the link they provide. So I already clear my browse cache. So yeah, this is the link, the bill of rights here. So I just stop capturing and then filter HTTP files. Yeah, these are the output. So we go to the questions. So how many HTTP GET request message did your browser send? Which packet number is the trace contain the GET message for the bill or rights? So as we can see here, there are only one GET message from GET message request from my browser, and the number of the message is 104. So the packet that contains the status code and proofs which the server sent in response to the GET message was the packet number 175. And for the 14th question, what is the status code and proofs in the response? So we can see here the status code is 404 and the perhaps is not found. So, how many data containing TCP segments were needed to carry the single HTTP response and the text of the bills and rights? So, as we can see here, here is the message TCP previous segment not captured. So, there is no TCP segment in this part. Alright, so now we move to the fourth part, which is HTML documents with embedded objects. So now we move to the fourth part where I already clear my browse cache. So wait a minute. Right. I just capture and then start. So open the link they provide. Alright, here is the website with a picture. So I just stop capturing here and then filter HTTP files. Alright, this is the output. So now we just move to the question part. So how many HTTP GET request messages did your browser send to which internet address where this GET request sent? So as we can see here, there are 3 request messages. So the first one sent to the 128.119.245.12, which is the initial page address, and the second one goes to the same destination, which is a person, and then the third one is goes to the same IP address, goes to the cover. So there are 3 altogether. So move to the next question. Can you tell whether your browser downloaded the 2 images serially or whether they were downloaded from the 2 websites in parallel? Explain. So in my opinion, the browser downloaded 2 images in serially. I believe this to be the case because the first image was requested and sent before the second image was requested by the browser. So had they been running in parallel, both files will have been requested then will have written in the same time period. In this case, however, the second image was only requested after the first image come back. Alright, so we also finished the fourth part. Now I move to the fifth part, which is HTTP authentications. So now we gonna do the fifth part. So I already clear my browser's cache. So I just start the capturing and then run the open the link. So they ask the username. So I just put Wireshark student. Password is network. Alright, sign in. So I just stop the capturing and then filter the HTTP files. So yeah, this is the output. So we go to the question part. So what is the server's response? Status code and perhaps in response to the initial HTTP GET image from your browser. So as we can see here, the response from the server is the status code is 401 unauthorized. So this is the message from the browser. When your browser sends the HTTP GET message for the second time, what new fields is included in the HTTP GET message? So as we can see here, for question number 19, when your browser sends the HTTP GET message for this second time, what new field is included in the HTTP GET message? As we can see here, for the second time, what will happen here is there is an authentication field. So we can see here the username and password that I put just now. So this is included because we send the server a username and password along with our request, stating that we were authorized to receive the page. So I think, yeah, we finished the lab. So my reflection to this lab 2 is, yeah, I get knowledge of HTTP protocol and its function. Um, we study it before in our lecture, but this one is I can see and yeah, I can see what it will happen to the web browser where each time we browse it. So and also get idea of what happened to the HTTP protocol when each time we use the browser, and also we set the username, password, and then we just sign in or log into any website. So yeah, I get some of the information about the HTTP protocol. So that's all from me. So thank you.